Reflecting back on Caitlin Clark's rookie season, I have honestly never seen a company fumble the bag so hard like the WNBA fumble.
Indiana Fever, led by Caitlin Clark, just had their dreams crushed by the Connecticut Sun. They lost Game 2, 8-7, 8-1, and failed to secure a single win. But you can't call this season a failure. Not a chance that this wasn't a huge W for the entire sports, let alone Clark and the Fever. For Indiana, it was the first playoff appearance in 8 long seasons. That was the longest playoff drought in WNBA league history. The Fever fans will remember the 2024 season for Caitlin Clark's amazing numbers, great team play, and attendance records that couldn't be rivaled by other teams.
Congrats to Caitlin Clark, not because she lost and the Fever are no longer in the WNBA playoffs, but what a rookie season for the best player in basketball, in women's basketball, and for the WNBA.
Still, despite her incredible rookie year, this early exit might spell trouble for the WNBA. Caitlin brought massive attention to the league, and now with her out, the playoffs face a potential ratings dip. What happens next for the league without its biggest star on the court? The spotlight is fading fast, and the WNBA could be in for a tough postseason.
The Fever's season ending last night, it was such a bittersweet end to a phenomenal rookie season that Caitlin Clark had, and it honestly got me to just reflecting on this season. And it sucks that so much of it was riddled with so much drama and so much negativity and so many mishaps that the WNBA had throughout the entire.
The Indiana Fever ended their season on a high note, securing their first playoff spot since 2016. Led by Clark, Boston, and Mitchell, they clinched the 6th seed in the WNBA standings. For a team that started off the season with more struggles than triumphs, this was a huge achievement. However, with Clark now out of the playoffs, the WNBA faces a significant challenge. While her rookie year was nothing short of remarkable, her absence means the league loses its biggest draw. The Fever's late season surge, powered by Clark's star power, had fans buzzing, but now without her on the court, that momentum is fading.
But no Caitlin Clark now for the WNBA playoffs means what? I'm sitting here thinking about all of the discussion that we had throughout the regular season, that the league is more than just one player. And that's true. I mean, I'm search some of the numbers, Chad. Game 2 of Las Vegas and Seattle had 985,000 viewers. There was another game that held around 830,000 viewers. But I believe Game 1 with Caitlin Clark and the Fever, they pulled in over 1.5 million.
It's not just Indiana that loses here. The entire league takes a hit. Clark brought excitement and attention that few other players have. Her ability to attract viewers, both in arenas and on TV, was a major boost for the WNBA now. With the Fever eliminated, the league is left searching for a new focal point to keep fans engaged. So what's next for the WNBA? Can the remaining teams carry the load, or will Clark's exit cast a long shadow over the rest of the postseason? One thing is clear, the road ahead just got a lot tougher for the league.
There's going to be a significant amount of less fans watching the WNBA now that Caitlin is no longer.
Caitlin Clark's influence didn't just stay on the court. It had a massive impact on the WNBA's overall popularity. After Clark joined the Indiana Fever, ticket sales skyrocketed, with the team leading the league in attendance. The Fever saw an 857% increase compared to 2 years prior, becoming the first WNBA team to attract more than 300,000 fans in a season. This was no coincidence. Clark was driving fans to the games, home and away. Even more striking was her effect on viewership. The WNBA draft, in which Clark was selected, broke the league's previous record, drawing 2.45 million viewers, a 374% increase. Her presence in the All-Star game also shattered records, more than doubling viewership from the previous high. This kind of star power shows just how crucial Clark is to the WNBA's growth.
It's up like 500%. Compared to what some of these other games would have pulled, and merchandise up 450%. And now she's out of the playoffs.
With Clark out of the playoffs, the league could see a sharp decline in both in-person attendance and TV ratings. Her exit leaves the WNBA without its biggest magnet for casual and hardcore fans alike. The question now is whether any other player can step into that role before the league experiences a significant drop in momentum. While the league has plenty of talented players, none have drawn in viewers like Clark. Her presence turned regular season games into must-watch events, pulling in fans who don't typically follow the WNBA with her elimination. The league is scrambling to figure out how to keep people engaged.
So that is the point that I'm really not understanding in all of this, and I feel like it's been such a pattern throughout the entire season. It feels like there are still certain people within the WNBA who want the league to grow, but they don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face. And there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlyn to be a part of it. Because with Caitlyn comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs.
Historically, sports leagues have relied on singular superstars to drive viewership growth. Think Babe Ruth for baseball or Michael Jordan for basketball. Clark was on track to be that figure for the WNBA. Her exit puts the league in a precarious position. Can the remaining players maintain the level of interest she generated? Behind the scenes, the WNBA and its sponsors are already scrambling. They've been leaning heavily on marketing other stars like A'ja Wilson, but Clark's early exit complicates those plans. With postseason ratings already under pressure from competing sports like the NFL, the WNBA faces a tough battle to avoid a major ratings dip.
But the ratings are going to go down. How far, though? That's the key. And are they going to be pointing fingers and blaming Indiana Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans whenever the ratings don't stay the same? Surely not.
Yeah, they will. Because here's going to be the argument now. It's going to be, before the argument was the league is much more than this one girl that came into the league,
right,
and we've established it. And hey, look at the numbers everywhere else across women's basketball. It's not just Caitlin Clark, it's all of us. And then the moment the ratings tank, they're going to come back and say, see, we were right all along. It's all the racists that follow Caitlin Clark that were watching the product, and now they're gone, and we're back with our diehards. And that's the ratings that you're seeing. Actual W fans, not WNBA, actual W fans.
Let me get it right.
That's going to be the argument.
In 2024, the WNBA is estimated to bring in $200 million in revenue. Just for comparison, the NBA is expected to earn $13 billion. The WNBA has historically lost around $10 million per season.
Despite Clark's overwhelming popularity, Nike has been slow to capitalize on her rise. While she has worn Kobe Bryant's signature shoes, she still lacks her own shoe, a missed opportunity considering the massive surge in WNBA viewership she helped generate. It's surprising when you consider that LeBron James had his own signature shoe during his rookie year. Clark has already proven she can move the needle, as seen with the 1,193% spike in Fever jersey sales and the record-breaking attendance during Fever games. Yet Nike has seemingly dragged its feet, failing to produce a signature shoe for the league's biggest rising star. Instead, the company has continued to prioritize athletes like A'ja Wilson, potentially missing the chance to connect with a broader audience. Clark's presence has single-handedly boosted the WNBA's visibility, and her exit now raises questions about whether the league and its sponsors have done enough to truly leverage her star power. With her out of the playoffs, they may have missed their best chance.
So 20 years ago, Nike was nimble enough and had enough vision to see that, hey, let's get LeBron's shoe out here. This guy's going to be a big deal. They can't do this for Caitlin Clark for some reason.
Caitlin Clark's early playoff exit is a huge blow to the WNBA, highlighting the league's reliance on her star power. Her impact on ticket sales, viewership, and merchandise made her the focal point of the season. With Clark out, the league faces tough questions about how to keep the momentum going.
It's going to be up year to year because Caitlin Clark wasn't in the WNBA last year. So ESPN is going to spin this as a positive that their playoffs will be much higher rated than they were a year ago, even the playoffs without Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
But because they were so low, that really isn't telling you the whole story. It is bad news for the WNBA that she's not continuing.
Nike's missed marketing opportunities only add to the frustration. As the WNBA looks to recover, the focus will now shift to next season. and how they can capitalize on her growing influence. Will the league find a way to fill the gap? Don't be afraid to share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. Plus, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you never miss a video.